Let's lock in. Did Katie Taylor deserve the decision over Amanda Serrano in the rematch? This is a hot topic. It's been a hot topic online and on social media. So I'm just going to jump right into it. First things first, I thought Amanda Serrano was controlling the fight from the beginning, from the onset. She looked more powerful. She was landing the cleaner punches. And then Katie Taylor hit Amanda Serrano with a headbutt. Now, some people are saying it was accidental. We're going to take a look at it, and then we'll discuss it. Now, me personally, I'm going to give you my opinion as we watch it. Now, here it is right here. Take a look. All right. Let me see if I can restart this here. All right.
Yes.
Now you see that? Look at it. You see that?
So adversity for Serrano, but will the technical location of the cut, whether or not.
Look at Katie when she swings the headbutt. And you see she's moving forward with her head. She's walking with her head, leading with her head. Then she bends her head down. And personally, I think the headbutt was intentional. Because look at it. Look at it. What was she doing? She wasn't attempting to throw a punch. She wasn't attempting to do anything. So, like, I don't see how anyone can say it was accidental. Look at her. She's leading with her head. And she's just walking forward. She's not attempting to throw a punch. She's not attempting to clinch. She's dropping her head down like a ram. I mean, her braids look like ram's horns. So maybe it was a bit of foreshadowing. But look at what she's doing. She's pressing forward with her head. She's moving with her head. So to me, it was an intentional headbutt. So from that point on, Amanda Serrano had to fight with this cut. Amanda Serrano has to worry about this cut, not just about fighting Katie Taylor, because up until that point, Katie Taylor was in a world of trouble. So I personally believe that the headbutt was intentional. And you can say whatever you want, but this isn't the first time. I've seen Katie Taylor get dirty. She got dirty with Chantel Cameron. There's a fight. I believe she was fighting a Latina woman, and she landed the flat, straight up headbutt again. Like Katie Taylor, Timothy Bradley with the headbutts. So I think the headbutt was intentional. So at that point in the fight, they could have stopped it and gone to the scorecards, but they didn't. They didn't want to stop it. Well, I mean, again, I think it was after 4, but they could have stopped it and gone to the scorecards or stopped it and made it a no decision. But this is Netflix. Netflix big show. They're putting on this spectacle. So they need this fight. I mean, if you notice, the best fights on that card were actually the fights with the actual boxers. It was Mario Barrios and Ramirez, I think Abel Ramirez, and Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. Those were the best fights on the card that night. So you notice it was the real boxers who put on for Netflix. So, great night for them in terms of the quality of fights that they got from the real boxers. I mean, even the Indian guy who was stopping and walking away to catch a breath was hilarious to me. But yeah, they needed that fight to continue. So Amanda Serrano has to continue, and she has to fight with that cut on her eye. So we're going to take a look at the cut now and a tweet that Jake Paul wrote. So Jake Paul wrote, Amanda Serrano has 51 pro fights. She has been cut in just 2 of those fights, both against Katie Taylor. Only solution is to run the trilogy in MMA. I'm not for running a trilogy in MMA. Katie Taylor isn't an MMA fighter, so I really don't get why Katie Taylor would have to fight MMA. As you can see, that's a very nasty cut. That's a vicious cut. That Katie Taylor got a point taken away from her because at one point the referee said you did it on purpose and you're leading with your head, and told Katie Taylor, like, you have to do something different. I think it was evident to the referee that Katie Taylor was leading with her head and intentionally using her head. It was evident to me. I felt like it was intentional, but not only was she using her head, she was clinching a lot. She was holding and using her head, holding and using her head. There was excessive holding, and she was using her head intentionally, and she only got 1 point deducted from her. But I felt like she could have lost more points. And people were saying that the commentary was biased. When she got the point deducted from her, the commentary was saying, "Oh, I don't think she should have lost the point." And in my mind, I was like, he just warned her about it. Then he took the point. He should have been warning her for even longer, like even sooner. So, that was my take watching the fight. So now we're going to take a look at this. Amanda Serrano posted this. Amanda Serrano posted the punch stats. And Amanda Serrano stated, I landed 107 more punches. She got a point deducted, and I lost 95 to 94. Laughing my effing behind off. The punch stats numbers show right here that Amanda Serrano landed at a higher percentage. Amanda Serrano threw more punches, and Amanda Serrano landed more punches. There's also a breakdown. I don't think I have it, but there's also a breakdown of the punches per round, and Amanda Serrano landed more power punches per in 8 of the 10 rounds than Katie Taylor. So again, by what metric are people using to say that Katie Taylor won the fight? So we're also going to take a look at this post that was put up as like from Irish Unity, and they said Katie Taylor, pride of Ireland, champion of the world. And when you go to the comment section, here's what you see: Serrano won, everyone knows. Dirty fighter, she's shameful. Amanda Serrano was raw big time. Not a good look for Katie Taylor, to be honest. She did not win the fight. This was the judges for the fight: Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, and I don't know that. That's the Legally Blonde lady. Scandalous decision. She should have been disqualified. Amanda Serrano was robbed, and you see right here. I was all in for Katie Taylor winning, but she lost that fight. Clean fight, someone says. She absolutely lost the fight. I was really excited about Katie in this fight, but instead Amanda gained a fan. Hashtag dirty. Incredible, but she lost that one. 48 headbutts by the end of the fight. Half of Serrano's eyebrow was hanging off. Kudos to her trainer for being very vocal about it. People posting the stats lost. You can keep going. The reality is, if you go on social media, this isn't me saying it just to say it. If you go on social media, there's overwhelmingly enough evidence to show you that the public feels like Amanda Serrano got robbed. So you're going to run into a small minority. Now, I'm going to tell you the connection between the small minority. The small minority who's going to tell you that Katie Taylor won, they're either going to be Irish, they're going to be from the UK, or they're going to be fighters from America who don't really F with Amanda Serrano. Like Clarissa Shields, for example. Let's just be real. At one point, people were saying Amanda Serrano's the GOAT, and they were using Amanda Serrano to get under Clarissa Shields' skin. So obviously, Clarissa Shields has no love lost for Amanda. It became a thing to where Amanda had to tweet out like, look, I love everybody. I don't want to be involved in this. Don't use me. Don't put us against each other. So, of course, Clarissa Shields is going to go out that way. But I'm going to just address it by saying this. You and I, we get into a fight. 100 people are watching, right? 5 people came with me. 5 people came with you. So that means there's 9. So me and you get into a fight, 100 people watching. 5 came with you, 5 came with me. There's 90 objective observers. At the end of that fight, the 5 people who came with you say you won. Everyone else says I won. And the 5 people were saying that you won are saying that's because y'all don't understand what he was doing. Y'all don't understand his technique. Y'all don't understand how to see what you was really seeing. No, you're the problem. If the majority of the people feel like Serrano got robbed, if the majority of the people watching the fight feel like Serrano won, who are you to sit around and be like, that's because y'all don't understand boxing? We understand a fight. A fight isn't some sophisticated type of. This is what I say to people all the time. It's crazy to me. That's like when people say, oh, you got to be a boxer to understand. Well, no, you don't. I don't have to be a chef to know food tastes bad. I don't have to be a director to know a movie sucks. I don't. I don't have to be a stylist to recognize an ugly shirt. I don't. If a stylist makes a shirt and 90% of the people say the shirt's ugly and the stylist is like, just because you don't understand the sophisticated stitching and the blah, 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 that already tells you lost. Everyone making an argument for Katie Taylor is trying to make this, oh, my elevated understanding of the sport. I ain't no elevated nothing. Type in Amanda Serrano's name in X and Twitter, see what the people are saying. Then type in Katie Taylor's name, see what the people are saying. Look at the positive stuff that they wrote. I went to a positive tweet from Katie Taylor, and everyone went in there, and it's all negative because everyone knows that Katie Taylor lost. Katie Taylor herself knows she lost that fight. She knows she was dirty. And that's the other thing. It's like you got to talk about Katie Taylor with kid gloves. Look, I'm not here to bash Katie. I think Katie's a phenomenal fighter. I think her best days are behind her. I said it before the first fight with Amanda Serrano. I saw signs of Katie Taylor slowing down. Delphine Persoon gave Katie Taylor all she can handle. Many people believe Delphine Persoon beat her. She got the benefit of the decision. Cool. She fought Amanda Serrano. Many people believe Amanda Serrano beat her in the first fight. I scored a fight for Amanda Serrano in the first fight, but she got the decision. Cool. She fought Chantel Cameron. She lost to Chantel Cameron. Then she got get back with Chantel Cameron in a dirty fight with Chantel Cameron. Then she goes and she gets the rematch with Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano's giving her that work with clean boxing. No dirty tactics, no excessive holding, no headbutting, no none of that. And even if you're a Katie Taylor fan, you can't lie without that headbutt, without that blood going in Amanda Serrano's eye, without her fighting like this. Katie Taylor gets whopped. 51 pro fights, never been cut except for when she fought Katie Taylor. And this is after she hurts Katie Taylor both times. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to be real. To me, this fight, when they talk about GWOAT, this eliminates Katie Taylor from the GWOAT discussion because people are going to look at it now like, dang, she gets the benefit of everything. What if that was Katie Taylor who had the cut on her eye, but Katie Taylor was up on the scorecards at the time that cut came? I don't think they make Katie Taylor fight. And here's the thing about Twitter, and you got to be careful when you're dealing with Twitter and the boxing trolls, right? So someone who has Irish in their name comes to me and says, oh, I'm tripping because I think Amanda Serrano won the fight and it was a BS decision, and says, oh, how could it be a robbery if she's fighting under the promotional company that's putting on the event? So, like, respectfully, some people just don't know. So I had to break it down. Like, the sanctioning bodies, the referees, and the judges are separate entities. The promotional company is the promotional company. They don't work together. You don't get preferential treatment because you're the promotional company putting on the event. No, you're a promotional company. You put on the event, but the sanctioning bodies still handle the business of sanctioning their titles, getting the officials, doing all those things. It's not you get loyalty or preferential treatment because your promotional company is the one putting on the event. So I explained that to someone and it goes, right. Like, how many robberies have we seen where the promoter's fighter is the one that got robbed? Look at Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko. You think, truthfully, that Bob Arum wanted Vasily Lomachenko to lose to Devin? Yes, it was a top-ranked fight. Devin isn't a top-ranked fighter. Devin's on a fight-by-fight basis fighter. Vasily Lomachenko's the one who's locked in with top rank. So, of course, Bob Arum wanted Vasily to win. Bob Arum went out on record saying he thought Vasily won. And what did Bob Arum do immediately after that? Got Vasily another title shot. So it don't work that way. So the people saying that, once again, this is them building up excuses to explain why Katie Taylor won, because they know really the public understands that Katie Taylor didn't win. Right? And here's the other gaslighting trick they'll try to put on you. Oh, you're just saying that because you're Puerto Rican. You got Irish in your name. Why is it you're not the one who's biased for the Irish fighter when 90% of the people are saying that your fighter lost, and you're going to accuse 90% of the people of being biased? 90% of the people who are saying this, well, let's just say 90%, a high majority of the people who are saying this aren't Puerto Rican. They're just people who watch the fight and know that they saw one person whooping the other person's behind. They know they saw one person playing a different sport, using their head, hugging, holding. And so, again, if you're triggered by this video, that's not my intent. My intent is to call it exactly how I see it. And what I saw was one person trying to box, and I saw one person doing a whole bunch of other things. Katie Taylor is a talented fighter. Yes, Katie Taylor landed some good punches. Yes, Katie Taylor showed that she's a talented fighter. But everything Katie Taylor did was off of the benefit of illegal tactics, from headbutts, holding, everything. Katie Taylor should have had more points taken away from her, or she should have been disqualified, like someone said in the comment section. It was just ridiculous. It was hard watching that fight. And then for Amanda Serrano to fight through all of that and still lose the decision like that, it's tough. Everyone's talking about a trilogy. I don't need to see a trilogy. I saw Amanda Serrano beat Katie Taylor twice and not get the decision. So what the hell makes me believe that she can get the decision in another fight? When she's about to knock Katie Taylor out, all Katie Taylor has to do is go Timothy Bradley and bang, and that's it. She's not going to get disqualified. She can continue to hold. She can continue to do all these things. So I'm not interested in seeing a trilogy between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Like, to me, it was a flat out. It was like horrible. It ruined the night. And I'm not the only one saying that. Everyone else is saying that. So just again, remember this. Someone told me, a pastor told me when I was going to college, he said, don't go out there and get so smart that you lose your common sense. And I was like, what are you talking about? But as life went on, I understand what he's saying. When you say, like, what's a right? Like, if I ask you to define genders and stuff, so I get what he was saying. So, right, if we watch a fight and we think, oh, this one girl whooped this other girl, the girl who we think won. There's no, 90% of the people watching it say this girl won. And the only people think Katie won, they're Irish, they're from the UK, or they some contrarians, or they got some reason to have beef with Amanda Serrano. Right? So if most of the people watching say this person won, now we're supposed to throw our common sense to the side, our own knowledge of the sport and our common sense to the side, and be like, you're right. You have an elevated understanding of what we just watched. We really don't know what we just watched. You're the one who's going to tell us who we think wins the fight. Right? It's ridiculous. It's almost like something else, if you know what I'm saying. Like, my whole life I had an understanding of what winning a fight looked like, what scoring a fight looked like. But now you're switching up. You're telling me I'm wrong. To quote the great Jay-Z, if everyone's crazy, maybe you're the one that's insane. If you have to convince the majority of the public who watch the same fight as you that the person you think won because everyone else saw the other person winning, maybe you're the one that's wrong. Maybe you're the one that's wrong. So look at the comment section. Look at everyone who watched the fight. A massive event, major event. Everyone is saying Amanda won. Except you. Is everyone crazy? Or are you the one that's insane? I know I'm not insane. And I know Amanda Serrano won. Amanda Serrano didn't get the decision, but there's corruption in boxing. It's always been that way. Always will be that way. So you can say what you want, but in the court of public opinion, which matters even more sometimes than what the judges say, in the court of public opinion, Amanda Serrano won. That makes her the people's champion. And being the people's champion sometimes is even more valuable than being the person who got the decision. Look at Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. I just want to say, if you're triggered by this video, that's not my intent. My intent is to speak it, how I saw it, and what it is. I notice when you talk about certain fighters, people get in their feelings, right? Like you call some a duck, and then they get upset. I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but I'm not here to cater to the feelings. I'm just saying what I saw. I saw Amanda Serrano win. I thought she won. I know I'm not crazy because 90% of the people go type Serrano's name in X, type Katie Taylor's name in X. Tell me what you see. If everyone's telling you the same thing and you want to hold on to it, why do you want to hold on to it so bad? Are you a hater? Like, share, subscribe. It's Caden. I'm out. Peace.